All right, I think we're live again. I don't know where the chat is, but whatever. All right. We're back. We're live, you guys. Sorry we got interrupted there. My internet is kind of shite. But let me post again everywhere. Albert, regale us with your opinions about what we were just talking about with the Marjorie Taylor Greene. Getting taken off of her appointment.
I'm glad that she got voted out of her committees. I hope that they just get rid of her ass completely now, but that probably can't happen. That's probably a big fucking probably 100 votes they got to go through to do something like that to get rid of a fucking senator.
Well, she's in the House. So
yeah.
It's more than that, but I think it's 2/3. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, guys, welcome back to the show. If you're tuning back in,
she's a goddamn bitch.
We got disconnected. We'll see what happens. I got this crappy internet for about another week or two, and then I'm getting the good internet. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah. So that was some news there. With she's off the committees. The next thing I want to talk about, Albert, was about Jeff Bezos. Have you heard anything about Jeff Bezos?
That motherfucker stepped down.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot why I heard that he did.
Yeah, so
why he did.
So he's stepped down as CEO, but he's actually just got another appointment that he's taking. So within the company. So you could say why he did or whatever. God dang, I don't see anybody tuning back in. I think we lost everybody, but it is what it is. We're just gonna go with it. So, let me make a comment on the page here if anyone. But yeah,
ask us
just keep going, Albert, while I figure out what's going on here. I got to do all the
Jeff Bezos, weird guy, and maybe he got sick of all the media attention he was getting. I don't know.
No, man. So what it is he is, dude, we're in a depression, right? He just made $90 billion this past year during the pandemic, right? He did it by cutting corners, by penny pinching, by union busting, right? And he doesn't want any of the responsibility or any of it to reflect on him when the economy starts going to shit again. Hey Frank, hey Clark, we're back. Sorry, it's just my internet sucks. Thanks guys for tuning back in. I'll be getting that AT&T fiber optic soon, and then hopefully
AT&T baby, that's what I got.
Problems. But anyway, he doesn't want any of the smoke, dude. I think that's what it is. And there's a lot of smoke for Amazon right now. The company's about to go through, just because of the depression that's coming, the company's not going to be looking as good as it has looked on paper, right? So he can kind of distance himself with that. Also,
he's getting his money and he's running.
He's going to his mega yacht. So, like we said, he can just focus about finding kryptonite and shit, that evil supervillain looking motherfucker.
He's got a yacht made out of gold and silver.
Have you seen his yacht, Albert?
I don't really want to see it because it's gonna make me angry.
It's a yacht that eats other yachts. It's like the super yacht of all yachts. It's freaking insane. I don't even know how much it costs.
His yacht is the same size as Godzilla.
No, it could eat Godzilla. His yacht birthed Godzilla. But anyway, So here's the thing with Amazon this year. When you look at why he's getting out, there's a lot of reasons. Like it's not just the depression. I think he doesn't want any of the smoke of his business practices that people have been catching on. So this past year, Amazon, it came out that they fired Christian Smalls, who was an employee, right, who started basically unionizing the other employees at Amazon. He was asking for hazard pay because of COVID. He was asking for just PPE. You know what I mean? So they don't give each other COVID-19. Dude, I've heard over 20,000 Amazon employees have contracted COVID from work related. You know what I mean? Work related instances. Right. Yeah, and they fired him. There was a memo that came out that circulated that someone leaked where the upper echelons of the company said that he's not smart or articulate. You know what I mean? So they just totally ran this guy through the mud. But Amazon is notorious for this kind of shit, dude. They cut corners. They are a sketchy company. I mean, they have been trying like hell to break up unionizing. They hired Pinkerton spies to find any employees that were talking about unionizing and basically harass them. Pinkerton is a notorious kind of thug unit that you can hire to do such kind of things. You know what I mean? They got $1 trillion and they're worried about paying people some hazard pay.
When I hear about Amazon and all this horse shit, it just reminds me of every single other major business, billion-dollar business out there that treats their employees like shit. What business doesn't do this horse shit? They all treat their employees like shit, like dog shit. All of them.
Who is this nut hugger 79? Oh yeah, you're right, dude. They all do. Dude, it's worse than that. So recently, there's a YouTube channel called Status Coup. I think we've talked about it on the show before. But this guy came out and did some journalism where there was a woman who just recently passed away. I might have her name. Let's see if I wrote it down in my notes. Let's see. Yeah, the guy's name from Status Coup is Jordan Chariton. And yeah, there's a woman named Pushan Brown who was working at Amazon. She was a truck driver, right? That they hired to run one of their COVID testing facilities. Apparently they didn't give her any PPE. Allegedly they didn't give her any of that. They didn't give her any gloves. They didn't give her any gown. They didn't give her any N95 face mask. They didn't isolate them. Apparently they were doing this like right in the break room or right next to it. No social distancing. She apparently goes home and her family says she has a headache. Her family finds her dead the next day. She had no medical training. She was not a nurse. You know what I mean? And so just another example of them cutting corners in the stupidest way possible. They won't even hire trained medical professionals to administer these COVID tests.
And it makes no fucking. In all honesty, there's so many businesses where I don't understand why people go and work for them. I don't because people will be like, well, how am I going to pay? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay rent? Fucker, go work somewhere else. I'm sick of people making up these bitch ass excuses. Well, I don't know any other job. Yes, you do. We live in America. You look up, open your fucking eyes. There's plenty of places to go work. I don't know why people go and work for these places that are notorious for treating their employees like shit. Why would you even think about working for Amazon? Well, if you work for Amazon and you don't like it, quit.
Well, we got some people in the comments chiming in right now. They say that they have family members that work for Amazon. I'd love to hear from them and see what they say. I mean, I've heard some people say it's good or whatever, but I do know that they do break down on unions. They do, and a lot of what they've been doing right now, where they don't let people congregate at work, right? And this is the workers, right? The people who work like assembling the packages. It's like, oh, well, this is social distancing practices or whatever, right? Or they don't want them, but it's even after work when there's been policies revealed that they don't care if management hangs around with each other, right? Because management isn't the ones that are thinking about unionizing, or, you know. So, a nut hugger. Who the fuck is nut hugger 79? Unions are whack. You're whack, dude. First of all, unions and solidarity just got a lot of those people in New York a raise that they were fighting for.
This better not be Drew, by the way.
Is it? I thought they're out. Aren't they snowboarding? Stick to snowboarding, y'all lucky bastards.
I don't know why no one wouldn't like a union. That's for us. That's for the people, bro.
That's how you do. Solidarity works, man. It works. It just worked in New York. They got more than the raise they were asking for, man.
People need to stop working at these fucking places. Stop making excuses. Stop working for corrupt businesses.
Well, why? But it's just so crazy. Why are you pinching pennies? Apparently, with that woman Pushan Brown, there was no autopsy done to figure out what the cause of death was. Maybe they couldn't have. I don't even understand. You know what I mean? I'm sure.
Well, who knows? They probably fucking Amazon probably covered it up. Hey, go in there and cover it up.
Amazon
looked like she died from
Amazon. Yeah, according to status quo, they have not been reached for comment or will not comment on it. So who knows, right? But there you go. Jeff Bezos steps down. Someone else will come up, and Jeff Bezos is gonna Lex Luthor run the company from his mega yacht and not take any responsibility for the shitty things they've been doing. There you go. What else we got in the news that's just happening? We got some breaking news. Let me see here. I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Governor Cuomo, man, because he's been in the news again. So he's like the golden child of the Democratic Party, man. Are you familiar with Governor Cuomo in New York?
Yeah.
So he came out recently. Let's see if I can find this video. Yeah, I got it right here. Let me pull this up. Where he was telling people not to get cocky about COVID. This shit is so ironic. Let me pull this up. It's so funny. Browser. There we go. Oh, I gotta change this. Oh, I need an editor. All right. Where's my webcam at? All right, I'm gonna play this video. Check this out, Albert. Can you let me know if you can hear it?
Cocky with COVID.
Can you hear it?
This virus has been ahead of us every step of the way.
Just tell me. I can't hear, bro. Tell me what he says.
That are smart.
Well, just wait.
You know this is a changing situation. Socially distance, wash your hands, wear a mask, be smart. I know it's been a long time, and I know the numbers look good today, but we have been down this road before, and the road has curves, and the road has potholes, so please just be smart. Get cocky with COVID.
Don't get cocky with COVID. Okay, so I get what he's saying. I get it. And his sentiment is like, people have, this COVID fatigue or whatever, and they're tired. They want to go out and get drunk at Applebee's like we've talked about. They want their lives back, Albert. They want all their shit back. You know what I mean?
Jonathan, I still don't know what the fool said.
I told you. What he said was he told people not to get cocky with COVID. Can you hear me?
Oh, bro, we got this same fucker fucking with me again.
I thought we fixed that, man.
I thought I did too.
Just block his ass.
I thought I blocked him already.
Nuthugger79, reveal yourself. So anyway, he said, don't get cocky with COVID, but he's telling people, wash your hands, keep practicing the safe social distancing and all the practices. And look, that's a good message. But you can't. It's just so ironic that he is the one to say don't get cocky, because let me remind you about a little bit what's been up with Chris Cuomo. He wrote a fucking book. Okay, I got an image here. He wrote a book on COVID-19. Okay, that's the ultimate irony of this shit. Look at this thing, man. Look at this thing. They want to know if you can give us money. The PayPal's right there. It will definitely help. What I need is to not have to do all of this shit by hand.
Hey, bro, let me
No. Just keep canceling it, because we're gonna wrap this shit up. Anyway, this is his book that he wrote. If you can see, it's called American Crisis: Leadership Lessons from the COVID-19 Pandemic. Doesn't that sound a little bit cocky to you?
I don't really like this dude that much. I mean, I like him a little bit. I do like him, but he kind of comes off like an asshole.
Oh, he is an asshole. He's definitely like,
Yeah.
he's definitely not a leftist or progressive, you know? So
He's just like an old fucker.
yeah, he's a moderate Democrat, basically like Republican light, you know? He wants a little bit of things, but mostly just the arrogance. Don't get cocky about COVID. Writes a book called Leadership Lessons from COVID-19 Pandemic about his administration that, if you remember, in the early stages of the pandemic was the worst at handling the pandemic. I mean, there was his enforcement that led to like a reported 9,000 something old people dying in nursing homes, and more than that. They actually said that number. Let me see. I saw a report from, where was it?
Bro. I want to fix this issue.
No, we're not. We can't fix it because I'm not coming back. We're gonna either get off or we're gonna go on, and we'll deal with it next time. And I got one last thing I want to talk about before we get done with this episode. But anyway, that's something I wanted to talk about, was that he's just a douche, and you know, they came out with a whole poster about just keep canceling it every time they call in. I mean, it's annoying as shit. We'll figure it out. The last thing I wanted to talk about was a story that mainstream media hasn't been touching at all, which is a story about a gentleman who was incarcerated on weed charges, right? And he served 25 years in a Michigan prison for marijuana, right? Mm-hmm. His name was Michael Thompson. He was released from prison. His sentence ended up getting commuted, but only after he served 25 years for selling 3 pounds of marijuana to like an undercover agent. And the thing is, when you get out of prison and you have that felony on your record or whatever, you can't go into like community housing or whatever. You can't get any money for that because of your record, right? And they took his house when he went to prison. I think they said in the article, like his father had died, someone else in his family had died. He had no one to go to, nowhere to go, and he basically got fucked by the system. You know what I mean? Just this, they threw the book at him for a drug charge, and you know, this, and I didn't see a lot of coverage about this on the news, and the reason is because there's a gentleman who helped fundraise money for Michael Thomas to pay for his house on GoFundMe. And the guy's name was Sean King. And Sean King is not very well liked by either party or mainstream media, right? Because he came out against Kamala Harris and talked about, you know, Joe Biden and their record of incarcerating young black men. But he's been a very incredible fundraiser. He's an amazing activist. And I just think that if anybody gets a chance, they should go follow Sean King, see what his work is. He also, he's a writer in residence at the Harvard Law School's Fair Punishment Project. He contributes to The Intercept, which is where I see a lot of his work, right? But I also, he's on Instagram. You can see a lot of his stuff on there. Twitter, of course, Facebook. But yeah, go check him out because of his fundraising, he was able to get this guy a house. And like he fundraised $266,000 for that guy in like no time. So he's a real hero, you know. And he's been doing a lot of good fundraising over the years. So yeah, go check out Sean King, you guys, if you're not following him. Great civil rights activist. And yeah, this has been the happy half hour. We're gonna go because we got to finish filming this show, and we got to figure out how to deal with whoever this motherfucker is and block your shit, Albert. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for asking questions. Let's see if there's anything on here. Obviously, not Hugger 79. I don't know who that is, but a conservative fan of the show, apparently, or not a fan, just a troll. Either way, love him or hate him, it's good that we got some people here, and thank you guys for tuning in. We will be back next week, 8 p.m. again with the happy half hour. We're going to finish filming this episode. Go follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you can donate to PayPal, help us get a little bit more production. Help me pay for that new internet I need to make this shit a little bit better. And, of course, booze. Also, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow doing a little bit of gaming, so you can catch us there. Albert?
I'm good, bro. Let's move on.
All right, we'll see y'all next time. Cheers.
All right, man. I'm going to get some coffee, dude.